just trying to think of like a 5 out of 10. This is the problem with trying to remember a 5 out of 10 anime show is that I don't remember. That's why they're a 5 out of 10. You know, like the moment I finish.
What about manga? Because you read more manga. Because I can remember most 5 out of 10 shows. It's literally like I go to the list of isekai I finished, and I'm just like, a lot of these are literally 5 out of 10.
Even 5 out of 10 manga, I'm like, I just don't remember them. And that's the problem. Is like it's so hard to talk about these kinds of like mediocre, middle of the ground shows. It's because like unless I recently rewatch it again, I'm not gonna remember it. I'm like, oh yeah, it's probably something along those lines, but I wouldn't be able to like, you know, concretely tell you like this is the reason why it's a 5 out of 10. It's just so like impactless that it's just like, oh, I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you feel bad if you feel like you've wasted a time watching a show?
No.
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 You don't?
No. I feel like when you start caring that much about the media, the media? Wow, it sounds like the media. About the stuff you're consuming. I feel like you almost ruin a lot of it for yourself. Like stuff that you might have enjoyed. You just think you're worried too much about if you're enjoying it the whole time.
Oh, that's kind of where I got to, unfortunately, with that. Like, it's like it got to the point where I was so selective on what I was watching to make sure that everything I was watching was worth my time. That if I ran into something that I was like, well, I just wasted an hour because of watching these first 3 episodes. Great.
I don't know if this is like I haven't consciously chosen to do this, but I've stopped scrolling or looking for shows.
Yeah. It's just kind of whatever appears in front of you.
Whatever is recommended, whatever is put in my head. Or
I think that's the best way to consume media.
And honestly, I've been having a great time.
Yeah.
I feel
I honestly
pressure.
I honestly wish I could do that
because you have to watch anime.
Well, no, it's not even anime. It's like pretty much every form of media, and it's not even about me like being like a fucking snob wanting to like consume the best shit. It's literally I started really caring about it when I just didn't have the time to do everything I wanted to do, right?
Yeah.
So like nowadays, like even if it's just like picking a game, I want it to be a game I could properly get into. Like I don't want.
But you're stuck in this cycle of constantly worrying if the game is good enough for your time, and then you'll never
start.
You never fucking play anything.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that's why.
Also, I feel games are way more of a time sink than an anime. On average.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. But like to me, getting into a game, getting like properly absorbed into a game is just like it's one of the most magical experiences, and I fucking love it when I just get absorbed into a video game world. It's the same way that I get absorbed into an anime or absorbed into a manga or something like that.
Absolutely.
And like to me, I don't know, like because my time is so precious to me right now, it sucks that I like constantly have to like have this little part of my head that's just like, oh, could you be watching something better that you'd enjoy maybe a little bit more? No, are you really in the mood for this?
I don't know. You optimize your schedule in every way, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like the stuff that you consume should be the one thing where you're like, no pressure. Like whatever you watch, whatever you play, doesn't matter if it wasn't the game of the year, doesn't matter if it wasn't the movie of the year.
Yeah.
Just watch whatever comes up. Have an opinion on it. Like I watched that Don't Look Up.
What
a shit movie.
The DiCaprio
What an
one, right?
awful movie.
That was a 5 out of 10.
I hated that movie.
You hated that?
I hated it.
I heard a lot of people hated it.
Fucking bored. Yeah. And it went on for like an hour longer than it needed to.
Right.
And like, there was some funny moments of it. There was some bits that I chuckled. But overall, I just felt like I wasted my time.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm glad I watched this because it gave me, even though I came out disliking the movie, for some reason that made me happy. I was like, yeah, that was shit. And it was fun getting to talk to other people who also thought it was shit. I don't know. I just liked it.
I think as well it's because like even if you do consume something that is shit within that like specific medium, like it just broadens your horizon more on the medium and like it adds to the knowledge pool of like, oh, now that I've consumed something on the other side of the spectrum, now I'm a little bit more knowledgeable about what makes the good shit good, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm definitely like that with music where I'm like, if it's on fucking Spotify, I'm just listening to it.
Right. Like I watched as well. I watched Spider-Man movie, the new one.
Oh yeah.
And like, it was great. But because it was just great and I had a good time, my emotions are way stronger about Don't Look Up.
Right.
Really?
I hated it.
Right. You had more to talk about, right? Yeah.
I have more. I watched No Way Home and I had a great time, but at the end of the day, I've already like forgotten about it and I don't care. And it was good, but it was just
that was a movie I fucking loved.
I liked it a lot, but after I'm done with it, I'm like, that was everything I expected it to be.
Right.
And I had fun, but I don't feel strongly about it.
I think that's the thing though. It's like the problem is like I think the sweet spot of like you being able to like really gush out about something is like when it's on the two ends of the spectrum, right? Where it's either like so fucking incredible, like 10 out of 10 masterpiece where you can just gush about your love for it forever. And then there's the other side where it's like, let me tell you about how absolutely atrocious this shit was.
Yeah, dude,
know?
I watched, could you Google this for me, Ashley? It's Robert Pattinson's movie. I forgot the name. Fuck, I watched it like 3 weeks ago. No. It's an
Must have been a 5 out of 10.
Yeah. Right, must have been a 5 out of 10.
It was amazing.
Okay.
Was it
That's just
time?
him.
Is it Good Time? Good Time? I can't remember what it's called.
Kind of remembers shit things and
was the
forgets
one,
good things, apparently.
What? Good Time?
Yeah.
Dude, Good Time? Please fucking watch Good Time.
Yeah.
It's so good. This movie was amazing.
Good
I
Time?
want you to watch it so badly so we can talk about it. 'Cause
Okay.
it's.
What's it about?
I don't want to say anything, but
Just go into
have
blind.
you watched Uncut Gems?
No.
Yeah.
You know, like how it's just anxiety simulator.
Yeah.
It's that, and like
Right.
it is literally like anxiety simulation.
Okay.
It's so good, it's amazing, and it's just like a movie that when you watch it, I just felt like this was just. I'm so glad I watched this movie. Like I
Yeah.
just felt like I had like experienced something special that a lot of love and care went into, and that everyone really just brought their A game. Like
Yeah.
it was just amazing. Please watch it. It's so good. A lot of Robert
Is this
Pattinson's
in
movies.
cinemas?
No, it came out years ago.
Oh,
A few years
okay.
ago.
Came out 2017.
Yeah. So but again, go and watch it. It's really good. I absolutely adore all of his stuff. I think he's
Yeah.
really good in a lot of things. I'm really hyped for him as Batman
I'm hyped for him.
because
I'm hyped,
he,
yeah.
every movie I've watched with him after Twilight, he chose weird ass roles that were just so good, and
Yeah.
he just nailed
Yeah.
it.
But that's what I love
That's why
about
I'm
like
hyped for
that's what I
Batman.
love about actors like that though, because Daniel Radcliffe did the exact same thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like usually those like super popular typecasted actors who are like, now people are just gonna know me as this shit forever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go and do all the
weird shit,
like
man.
all the weird artsy like Daniel Radcliffe movies.
Yeah.
Like I've seen so many of them, and they're just like, man, like fucking respects, dude. Like you can do shit like this,
Like-
and now he's like doing Broadway shit.
Yeah.
it's like,
He
it's,
was doing that right after.
yeah,
I
it's
think,
fucking great. Like it's like, yeah, good on you, dude.
I
Like-
feel like that, like actors going weird and doing weird films, is
Yeah.
like the actual equivalent of the YouTuber getting the hair dyed. It's like, guys, I want an image change.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do a bunch of weird shit now, right?
True,
No, 'cause,
they've
like-
all gone on like Shia LaBeouf as well. Like
Yeah,
they went on to do like
yeah.
all the weird
Oh,
shit
dude,
afterwards
what
as
did,
well.
which one did he do? Nymphomaniac?
Nymphomaniac.
Fuck, that was a weird watch. Have
Yeah.
you watched that, Gone?
No.
I want Gone to watch this.
What's that
Nymphomaniac.
about?
It's
Nymphomaniac.
what's the fucking director's name? He's like the really
You know what a
weird like.
nymphomaniac is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about nymphomaniac.
It's that's a 3-parter, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a 3-part. It's a
No,
trilogy.
no, it's 2 parts,
No.
right?
Lars von Trier.
Lars von Trier. Yeah, it's a Lars von Trier
It's 2
film.
parts, right?
2.
Yeah,
Is
2.
it a 2
Yeah,
part?
it's 2. Yeah, so I was like, well, you're about 3 parts.
Yeah, 2. Volume 1 and 2.
Yeah.
No, not of Nymphomaniac, like of that universe.
Oh no, the one with the Shia LaBeouf movies are 2.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I watched
Wait,
them.
it's a
and-
universe.
No, there's like
I don't know
it's
what
like a trilogy of Lars von Trier movies, and Nymphomaniac I think is the third one.
You should
Or
watch
something
this.
like that.
It is
Yeah, right?
it is
Yeah.
a fucking weird movie.
It's
and
weird.
It's
Yeah.
uncomfortable, and it
Yeah, it's like
Well,
Lars von Trier is like known to
it's
make
fucking weird.
some really disturbing movies. And
Yeah.
Very
Nymphomaniac's
disturbing, very
probably
disturbing.
I've seen all the Lars von Trier movies, and Nymphomaniac's easily the fucking weirdest one. And I was like, oh, Shia LaBeouf's in
It's
it.
like you just go.
What the fuck?
You just go from Even Stevens, like, shut up, sis, and it's like, oh god, oh god,
Like, oh, good.
Jesus.
I didn't wish to see Shia LaBeouf's butthole in
I
3
didn't-
different scenes,
yeah,
but there
oh
it
my
is, I
God.
guess.
I didn't mean to watch this movie. It came on the
yeah,
TV.
how did you see it?
I
It was
was-
on TV.
I was on TV. I was in a hotel in like
Isn't it like an X-rated movie?
I think I was in like Bulgaria, and it was on TV or something.
You watched it in Bulgaria.
I know I watched it. I watched it in a European country, and
Right.
it was on TV at like 2 a.m. and I couldn't sleep, and I
Right.
watched
Yeah.
it and just. I remember just thinking like, what the fuck?
Must have felt like a fucking fever dream.
It
at
was
that
Yeah.
point,
weird.
right?
Yeah, it was weird.
Anything Lars von Trier makes is a fucking fever dream.
It's weird, man.